The US Defense Secretary Robert Gates says he doubts a deal with Iran on sending some of its uranium abroad for enrichment is close. Well, that's in contrast to the comments of Iran's foreign minister, who earlier said a final agreement was near. Mr. Gates said if Iran didn't comply fully with the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, countries needed to think about whether the time had come for a different approach. Jane Francis Kelly reports.
The American Defense Secretary Robert Gates continued his trip in Turkey, with a visit to Ankara accompanied by his Turkish counterpart. Whilst he had warm words for his host's role in Afghanistan, his tone towards Iran remained distinctly chilly, despite yesterday's announcement by its foreign minister. Mr. Gates said the country had done nothing to reassure the international community it was prepared to stop what he called its progress towards making nuclear weapons. At the Munich Security Conference, Manouchehr Mottaki said the groundwork for an exchange of its nuclear fuel had been laid.
And we think all parties have shown their political will to fulfill this exchange.
Mr. Mottaki would appear to be reinforcing President Ahmadinejad's message earlier in the week, in which he said he would have no problem sending stocks of low-grade uranium abroad. Under an agreement first put forward in October, the uranium will be returned in the form of fuel rods for a small research reactor in Tehran. This would allow Iran to use its own fuel, while making it more difficult to convert any of the material into nuclear weapons. The country has always insisted its program is for peaceful purposes, but America and the European Union are growing impatient of years of stalling. There is the suspicion Iran may be trying to fend off new sanctions being proposed by America.
Despite Tehran's puzzling defiance, which now compels all of us to work together as allies and partners on a second track of increased pressure. Indeed, the unprecedented level of international consensus and unity on Iran with regard to its nuclear program demonstrates that Tehran must meet its responsibilities or face stronger sanctions and perhaps even deeper isolation.
Today, Iran's former chief nuclear negotiator and Speaker of its parliament, Ali Larijani, is reported to have accused the West of trying to dupe his country and using the issue as an excuse to punish Iran. At the moment, there appears to be little sign of an agreement on either side. Jane Francis Kelly, BBC News.